I refused to share my fun money with my broke boyfriend even though I was paying all our bills. Every month, I set aside exactly $150 just for myself. That's my rule. Nails, clothes, random stuff from Target that I don't really need but want anyway. It's the only money I keep separate from everything else. My boyfriend Jake lost his job at the warehouse about 2 months ago. At first, I was supportive because layoffs happen and finding work takes time. I started covering our groceries, which was fine. Then I started paying the full electric bill instead of splitting it. Then the internet, then basically everything except his half of rent. I wasn't mad about it because I figured he was stressed and needed time to get back on his feet. He'd send out applications and go to interviews, or at least that's what he told me. Last week, I went to the mall after work and found these really cute sneakers on sale. They were $85, which was totally within my fun money budget for the month. I came home all excited to show Jake, and he barely looked up from playing video games on the couch. "Oh, cool," he said, then went back to his game. But I could tell something was off by the way he said it. That night while we were making dinner, he brought it up again. "Must be nice to just buy whatever you want," he said, chopping onions way more aggressively than necessary. I looked at him confused. "What do you mean? I saved up my fun money for this." He put down the knife and turned to face me. "It just feels really selfish when I can't afford anything right now. Like you're rubbing it in my face." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I'd been covering like 80% of our expenses for 2 months, and he was mad that I bought myself one pair of shoes with my own money. "Jake, I'm already paying for almost everything. This is literally the only money I keep for myself." He crossed his arms and gave me this look like I was being unreasonable. I thought relationships were about sharing. When you love someone, you share what you have. I felt so guilty after that conversation that I almost returned the shoes. But then something happened that changed everything. 3 days later, I got home early from work because my meeting got canceled. Jake wasn't home, which was weird because he's always home now. I decided to check our bank statements to see how much money we had left for the month. That's when I saw charges on his debit card from the past week. $60 at GameStop, $45 at some restaurant I'd never heard of, $35 at a liquor store, all while he was telling me he couldn't afford anything. When Jake got home that night, I had all the bank statements printed out on the kitchen table. "Where were you?" I asked. He got all nervous and said he was just out looking for jobs. I pointed at the papers. "Really? Because according to this, you were at GameStop buying new games while I paid for your groceries. And apparently you had money to go out to eat while I made dinner at home every night." His face went completely red and he started stammering about how those purchases were from before he lost his job. But the dates were right there in black and white, all from the past 2 weeks. He finally admitted he'd been using his unemployment money on whatever he wanted instead of helping with bills. Said he deserved to treat himself since losing his job was so stressful. I told him he had 1 week to find a job and start contributing, or he could find somewhere else to live. He moved out 4 days later to stay with his friend. Still hasn't apologized for making me feel guilty about my $85 shoes while he spent over $200 on random stuff.